Welcome to the show. You know, every once in a while you meet somebody who really thinks differently and makes a difference in terms of how people look at life and how they look at their lifestyle, if you will. One such person is this young lady over here who is now a friend of mine. I met her about, maybe 4 weeks ago, something like that?
Yeah.
This is Dr. Anya Corden. She's a veterinarian, but more importantly, she thinks, as I mentioned a few minutes ago, the way I do, and that is back to basics. So we've been talking about how people, they go to the grocery store and they buy their food, and a lot of food has preservatives in it. You can get organic food, but it's not like it was years ago when they lived off the farm.
Right. Yeah, absolutely not. And I get that question with people all the time, that they ask me, what can I actually share my table food with my dog? And I said, depends on what you're eating. And
well, we've had many animals in our lives, and,
Right.
and a lot of dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and our dogs always ate our table scraps. I mean, it was what they did. But what you're saying is that that's not a real healthy thing for a dog to be eating.
yeah, it really depends on what kind of table scraps you're having for your dog. Yeah, that
Right.
really makes it healthy or not healthy for your dog.
But in
Makes-
most cases, we weren't farmers, so we didn't grow our vegetables, or we didn't raise, animals on a farm.
Mm-hmm.
We went to the grocery store and we bought all this stuff. So for the most part, unless you're really, really diligent, you're going to be buying food that's got preservatives in it.
Right.
And I also know that you're concerned a lot about toxins. So let's talk about the toxins.
Yeah, toxins, but even stuff that humans can eat, and spices. Like spices have, for example, onions in there, and onions are certainly not for your dog, and that's quite often what people overlook. They get some chicken that is prepared already, and there is spicing on there, and there's onions, and then they have all kinds of skin issues with their dogs, for example. But then toxins, of course, also the preservatives that are in our foods when it's like pre-prepared. There's so many preservatives in, and I just had a client tell me she just realized how many of the packets that she always adds to her food have all the E this and E that on there. She just learned that for herself, but that's of course what we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple of things, folks, that we want to share with you today. We've got some chicken, and this is free-range chicken, and we have it partially cooked, and we also have it raw. Now, Anya has got a wonderful little dog. What's your dog's name?
Lily?
Lily. And Lily is going to be sharing this meal with us because we want to get the point across is that you can you can give your animal what
What
we
you
eat
eat.
as humans, as long as it's sort of back to the basics, and that's really what we're talking about.
Keeping it simple and
Right.
plain. Exactly. So
let's just talk about some of these things. In here, my director can get a shot of that. That's just some raw chicken.
just some
bones.
raw chicken bones. Chicken wings and drumsticks.
Yeah. Now this is what your dog Lily is going to eat, right?
She's going to eat this, and it's
Okay.
important that it is raw. And we have it here in water because we actually just wanted to make it a little
Right.
warmer, so we put some warm water on it when we took it out of the refrigerator.
Now on the grill, we also have some broccoli, which I'm going to take off right now
Yeah.
because it's going to be a little overcooked. Okay. By the way, look at these pot holders. The 91-year-old woman who lives next door, she made these for me. I mean, watermelon pot holders. You got to love that. Okay. So we're going to take these off. And
And that's
watch-
also
watch-
something
watch
great
yourself, they're very hot.
that Lily loves, and most dogs actually do love broccoli. So that's why we also chose the broccoli today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's bring it back to
Yeah.
the counter. So now we have broccoli, and we have our chicken. So now let's take it out, because we're not going to eat the raw chicken, right?
No,
Okay.
we
So-
shouldn't. We are not. We're not carnivores. That's
No,
actually
we're not
a big
carnivores,
differentiation. So.
Even though we were at one point, I suppose, right?
No, we're always omnivores.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, we can go either way, but our digestive tract is much longer than the ones from the carnivores, from dogs and cats. The food goes through them within 12 hours. So that's when you feed something to your dog in the morning, it's coming out the back end in the evening. And that's why the transition time of the raw food is no problem in there, because it's so short that nothing can happen. But with you and me, it takes between 24 hours, maybe if you really have a good digestion tract and fast metabolism, to 48 hours or even longer. And some people don't even, that takes even days for them
So
to
what
go
you eat
through.
Monday might be coming out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's take this to the grill. Okay, we got the chicken on the grill, so let's pay attention now to our broccoli.
Okay.
And I'm anxious to see how you're going to do this.
Very simple. I'm just gonna take one of these pieces.
Now this is.
You can of course do that as finger food too if you want. You eat one piece as finger food if you want, you share it with your dog. But of course we can also do it this way. And I know that Lily likes the stems more than the flowers, so which is actually nice because I like the flowers more.
Yeah.
So this and then
Okay.
we can just give her a piece. Are you ready? You ready for it? No problem,
More
huh?
than ready. How's that taste?
It's like yummy.
It's gone already. So
No problem.
Maybe,
And we
maybe another piece.
So it's really important that you don't put anything on this broccoli, then maybe a little bit of salt, but no sauce, no nothing. Otherwise we have spices that may again cause some problems.
When you're back to the basics, if you will, and animals are out in the wild, that's what they did.
That's
right?
what they did, exactly. That's the thing. I mean, if we think about the wolves out there, the coyotes out there, they eat raw prey. They eat the whole prey. They eat also the bones, and there's no cooked bones out there. That's the big difference. What's the biggest mistake? That people always think that the dogs can share the cooked bones.
You know, I got to tell you something. Your dog just devoured that chicken wing. I mean, I can't believe it. Look at it. And that was probably, in 3 minutes or something like that?
Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm getting hungry, so I'm watching
Okay.
the dog eat. So let's
Yeah,
do
okay,
nice,
we'll
all right?
just put
So,
this back here for now and
Let's
get.
go to the grill. I'm going to take the chicken off. I think we're ready. Okay. Look at that. Oh my goodness.
You want
okay.
that over there? Yeah.
You can hold the platter.
Yep.
You hold the platter, and I will just pop them on here. And then be careful because they're hot. I don't want to burn your hand. Which I can't wait to taste. Okay. So that's that. Let's take it back
Okay.
to the counter. I'll follow you.
Alrighty. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so
So,
this is my pink Himalayan salt.
wonderful.
I'm going to put, you like pepper?
Yeah,
You like pepper? You like a lot of pepper?
not a lot, but
Pepper.
pepper.
Tell me one.
That's good. Thank you. You can always
Pink
put more
Himalayan
on.
salt?
Yeah, wonderful.
How much you want?
That's the real nice whole salt. Yeah, whole spectrum
A little
salt.
more?
A little more.
Yeah?
Yeah, tiny little bit. Okay, good. Thanks.
That's it. Okay. Now, all right, we're going to plate that in a second. So let's now make your romaine salad.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
So you have. Are you going to leave it like that, or you want to cut it up a little bit? You're going to add your salad dressing. Talk about the salad dressing, folks. This is what we were talking about earlier. She does not use olive oil
or any kind of oil.
or any kind of oil, and she does not use vinegar.
Yeah, no
or any
plant-based
kind of vinegar.
oils, no vinegar.
So how do you substitute the oil in the vinegar? What do you put in it?
Well, you have to think about what in nature that is in its natural form, what has oil in there or is an oily food, and what comes to mind first is
Nuts.
exactly. So I choose some kind of nuts for it. When
Yeah.
I make my dressing, I think about what do I have right now as nuts ready to be used, and in this case,
What nuts are better than other nuts? What nuts have more oil than other nuts?
they all have oil. It's just that some are making it more creamy. So if you use pine nuts, for example, or macadamia, that makes it very creamy. Now, I do not personally eat any cashews, which would make it very creamy, but I don't eat those, so I don't use them.
Okay.
But so in this case, I did use pine nuts
You use
as the
pine
oil.
nuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so when it comes to the vinegar, to the acid replacement for my vinegar, what's the closest to that?
Citrus.
some kind of citrus, lemon,
Yeah,
lime.
yeah.
So I use a lime in here. So that's like the main ingredients to
Wow.
have that.
Well, let's I got to try this. I've been dying. Okay. Wow, it smells fantastic. Okay, so let's have some of that.
There's a spoon over there. Yeah, and you
While
can
you're
put the
doing that,
chickens
I'm
on
gonna
there.
Get some broccoli. I'll put broccoli on. And put,
And you could give Lily another broccoli because she's actually down here wanting some. You want some of this piece here ready for her anyway?
I'm going to use my fingers if that's okay.
Yeah,
too.
that's-
There you go. There you go. This is going back to basics. You know, everything is natural.
It's finger food
know?
if you want. You can have your chicken wings only. Just don't fry them. Have them just very simply
Okay. Well,
spiced and you're good. And
I
you
got to
can
tell you
put,
something. Why don't we
you know,
just
this- whoops.
that? I got to try. This is got to be unbelievable.
Now we can sprinkle a little bit of the almonds on here.
Here's a knife for you.
A little bit of that for the
Fork.
view.
No, that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Looks fantastic. Okay.
Okay.
So as we say in Deutsch, Essen bitte.
Ja, guten Appetit.
Something like that. Or
Guten Appetit.
Guten Appetit. Yeah.
genau. Guten
All right,
Appetit.
I'm going to try your salad dressing because I know
Okay.
what chicken tastes like. I know what broccoli tastes like.
Yeah.
But I don't know
Okay.
what this tastes like. Okay, folks. Here we go.
Salad first.
Wow. Wow. That, folks, that's a killer. That's a killer. I like it. All right, folks. Oh, you know what?
We also have something to drink, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because that would be nice
I'll tell
actually.
you, it's still very humid here, so I have some organic, this is jasmine tea, and let's toast to this wonderful meal that you've put together here. All right, so, prost.
Some more.
Oh, I love that tea. Unbelievable.
Fits all nicely, makes a full meal. You can share everything with your dog. The dressing, maybe not. I put like mustard in there, so I wouldn't share that one because of that. But otherwise, there's pineapple in the dressing.
It is absolutely unbelievable. So everything is natural, everything is really good for you, and everything is back to
Basics.
basics. All right, folks, we'll see you soon because I'm going to have Anya back on the show because there's many, many more things that we can talk about relative to back to basics. So go to my website, www.betterhealthgreaterwealth.tv for this recipe and to learn more about Anya. We'll see you soon.